Hey guys, it's Bex here, and I am here once again with my good friend Erin Stutland, creator of one of the most amazing workouts on the planet, Shrink Session.
I'm Erin Stutland, and my job is to move you mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and yes, physically.
And today we are going to be talking about working out for the summer.
Ooh, working out for the summer.
I mean, I hate working out equally in the winter and in the summer. So it makes no difference to me what season it is. But for a lot of people, it's a season where we're wearing less clothes. We're worrying more about what we look like in those clothes. And while I believe that, you know, a good workout comes from the inside out, and I know you do too, other people are not so with that philosophy. So we're gonna tell them why their workout may not be working out for them. You're gonna offer us some tips and some knowledge today.
Cool. I love it. Hello, everyone. It's so good to see you. It's great to see you, Bex. It's always good to jam out with you a little bit. So it's bikini season. I say that in air quotes, but that's kind of what they label this crazy season. You know, I have like a really quick little confession to make about this, because I want you guys to know that, you know, even though this is what I do, I run a fitness business it's a fitness business, but I always think it's really a life business, because the workout is really so much more about every area of your life. That even I sort of fall into the trap of this bikini season as well. I got married in January. We went on our honeymoon in early March. And so between, you know, sort of after getting married, you know, you're so exhausted after doing all of that, and then relaxing on the honeymoon and having it be the end of winter. Like, by the time the end of March, like beginning of April rolled around, I was feeling like, ooh, I hadn't done anything. I hadn't worked out. I was eating whatever I wanted. Like, I wasn't making the healthiest choices. And I'm like, ooh, it's getting to be like, the weather's getting warmer. Like, I gotta like pull it together. And I have a confession to make. I even like, you know, I have workout programs online, obviously, and I do teach classes, but I don't like to work out with myself. So I'm always looking for great programs with people who will inspire me. And I found this like one like bikini type program that I totally like fell into. And I was like, I need to get myself into bikini shape. Like so I feel it too. I get it. I know. But here's the interesting thing I want to share about it is that I totally get it. I get where it comes from. I get the desire to, you know, to want to improve and to look better on the outside. And while this program, nothing against the program at all, but it, you know, I did it for like 4 days and I was like, I'm over it, you know? And I think that's kind of what we want to talk about a little bit today is like, why does that happen? Why do we stop? Why don't we, you know, keep going? Why are the workouts not effective? Why are we not enjoying it, et cetera, et cetera? So I want you guys to know that you're absolutely not alone in this. And we'll talk a little bit about that. So the first thing that, you know, I want to talk about that I think you'll agree with me on, Bex, is that I think that we are choosing workouts because they're what we think we're supposed to do. Because like I said, you know, somebody markets a really beautiful program that says this is going to transform you into your bikini body in 6 weeks or whatever. But there's absolutely nothing about the actual movement inside the program that is fun or enjoyable. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not saying it's not effective. I'm not saying it's not good, because I think there's some excellent programs out there with people who have excellent knowledge and information to offer you. But if you are not enjoying the movement, you will not want to do it again and again and again. You just won't. And part of the, you know, way that that movement becomes more effective is when it's enjoyable, when it is pleasurable. It's the reason why instead of, you know, if you're doing a 30-minute workout, that's just that you're hating every minute of it, you'll only want to do 15 minutes of it. But if you're doing something that you enjoy, you'll want to just keep going and going and going. And so I think that's, you know, the number one thing is that it's so important that you find movement that is joyful for you, that's fun, that's creative, whether you like to dance or you like to do yoga or you like to run around after your kids. I know, you know, some people love sports and they just want to go out and shoot the basketball around. So I think that's like I would say above and beyond what any expert tells you to say, this will work and this will burn fat and this will increase your muscle mass and what have you. I think the number one thing is for you to check in with yourself and say, what's going to be really fun for me? What am I going to really enjoy?
For my 37th birthday, I asked for a trampoline. So that is coming soon to my backyard.
Yay! Love it. And you're just going to have so much fun. You'll put on your tunes, you'll go out there, you'll bounce, you'll jump, you'll be silly, you'll be playful. And I just think it's so important. It's so important to find something to do. And funny enough, like with this program that I had signed up for, after a few days of doing it, then I went back. I have a gym in my building, and I went down into the gym and I put on my music and I did what I love to do, which is dance and choreograph and make up movements and create mantras with the movements. And I'm like, Erin, this is what you love to do. Why would you not do this very thing? This is what you love,
People are going to be watching right now when I tried shrink session with you. And I think that the element of fun is so important to emphasize, because I wasn't good at it, but I had a lot of fun. So, and I loved it. It was one of the best group workouts that I've ever had. And I'm really big into the group thing. I'm not good at working out on my own. I always need someone at least leading me, even if it's a video. So that was a really great experience that I talk about all the time. So
cool. Yeah, cool. Well, and so, one of the things that I teach in shrink session, and this is something that you can apply also to any workout that you're doing, quite honestly, is, a lot of the times with working out, because we have, this idea that we're doing it to kind of punish ourselves, or we're doing it because we ate too much the night before, or we're doing it because we have to get to this certain result. Or we don't necessarily feel great. We don't feel confident in our workouts. We don't feel like we're powerful or that we're good at it. I think what happens is a lot of times it's very easy to fall into negative conversation while you're working out. And especially if you're doing it in front of a mirror and you're like, oh my God, I look so fat, or whatever you see, or you look at your thighs, or you look at your belly, or whatever it may be. Or if you are in a group fitness setting and you're comparing yourself to other people, I think that happens a lot. And this internal negative self-talk that will come up while you're working out will have a huge effect on your workout. You can be in the middle of doing some sort of interval, and if you are, telling yourself, I'm not good at this, I'm so slow, I'm never going to lose the weight, your endurance will decrease like that. It will be so fast, you won't even know what hit you. You'll want to give up. And so, one thing that I tell people to do, obviously we do this in shrink session and with the soul stroll, is how can you incorporate pick some mantras that resonate for you, whether it's I'm powerful, I'm strong, I'm ready to rise. And if you're a rhythmic person, and so let's say you're taking a class or you're doing anything with music, see if you can start to repeat the mantra to the rhythm of the music. So it's like, I am ready to rise, and you're feeling that. And so let your mind sort of fall into this positive self-talk, this positive mantra, that you can repeat. Let's say you pick 3 of them that you use throughout your workout anytime you notice your mind starting to slip into negativity. So I think that's a real important one. And part of the reason that's powerful, just so you guys know, is we're kind of thinking about it from, the scientific basis of no two things can occupy the same space at the same time. So if you're sitting where you're sitting, nobody else can be sitting there. The same thing goes for our thoughts. So if we're thinking, I suck, I'm fat, whatever it may be, then there's absolutely no space for anything wonderful to come in. And conversely, if you're thinking, I'm wonderful, I'm powerful, I'm strong, there's no space for the negative to come in. So we have to really be mindful and choose and really be conscious when we're exercising of what our minds are saying to us, what stories that it's telling us.
Totally. And you know what? A mantra does not have to feel true for it to work either. So you might feel silly while you're saying it at first, like, okay, this is totally untrue to me. I'm not so powerful. I'm not so whatever. Say it anyway, and then your body starts to believe it. Your body will react before your conscious mind does, and it's why I do it when I'm running, because I hate running more than anything else in the world. So while I'm running and I'm feeling tired and I feel like I'm giving up, I'll say things ridiculous like, I'm a machine.
It's my time. Your turn. It's my time. My vision is clear. My vision is clear. I can feel my power. I can feel my power right now, right here. Right now, right here. Go.
Like you said, your body, because as we said, there's not space for two things at the same time. if you're saying these things, even if you don't believe it full body, like nothing else can get in at that time. So eventually the message will start to send to it will get sent to the rest of your body. So it's a really, really awesome, powerful thing to do. So that's something else I would absolutely include. How can you become conscious of your internal self-talk while you're exercising? Will have a huge impact on your ability to stay in it, to stay really in the workout. The last thing I think is really important is it doesn't your workouts don't have to be crazy intense, these crazy hard, CrossFit workouts to be effective. Those, again, can be effective. They are effective. I do believe you need to push yourself. Like, do you love CrossFit? You have a CrossFit comment?
No, I love CrossFit. I love all the things, but the idea of something having to be hard for it to work is something that I'm not for. If you like stuff that's really, really intense, then by all means do that if that's what works for you. But the idea that it has to be intense, it has to challenge you, but it doesn't have to hurt. It doesn't have to be painful or feel overwhelming or something to be endured. Like, it definitely should feel good while you're doing it.
Yes, I can't say enough about that. I think, like you said, you need to, in certain workouts, you do need to challenge yourself. You need to push yourself a little bit so you're a little out of breath. I mean, that's where you're really going to start to see the changes. But if you're, but mix those up with things that are, go for a walk, even just going for a 30-minute walk where the whole intention is to connect with yourself, to ask a question, to gain clarity. What that will do for your levels of stress, obviously lower your levels of cortisol, which happen when we're stressed, which raise when we're stressed out, can be just as effective as really intense workouts. So find ways to mix it up. It's not just all about intensity. It's funny. I live in New York City and I teach at a studio in New York City. And it's interesting because I've also spent time in LA. The people in New York City, the girls in New York City, they honestly don't think a workout is good unless you kicked their asses, And I get it. I understand that. But I'm also like, this is not the right mentality around working out. It doesn't have to be hard to be effective. A beautiful yoga class can bring you back to your center. And when you're back in your center, you make better choices around food. You make better choices in your relationships. You make better choices with your money. It has beautiful effects. So this is not just about pushing yourself till you're flat on the floor and, have given everything you got.
There is a lot to be said, even scientifically, for changing your mind about what is exercise as well. So even, you can look at housework as exercise. You can look at a walk as exercise, and that's going to actually change the physical effectiveness of that movement versus not believing it's exercise. So even when I'm wearing the baby around, my little 20-pound chunk of munk on my back during the day, I think to myself, this is me, going the extra mile. This is me working out in a way. This is really good, healthy exercise, a way to burn calories. So, and I think it works because I'm slimming down. I feel great. I think I look great. You just had baby number 5.
I don't know how you do it. We need to talk because you're amazing. But I think it's actually really important to note this because I think you have such a healthy mentality around your body, around movement. And I think that has a huge impact on how your body looks and feels. And it's why it looks so beautiful today. So kudos to you, sister.
Thank you. Well, these were all awesome. I think that you're brilliant.
Thank you.
You have created something really special because Shrink Session is not only a fantastic workout, but it's a philosophy and it is a community, and there's so many ways to grow within your program. And just by keeping in touch with you, because you have so many good things and extensions of Shrink Session going on. The Soul Stroll is just brilliant. So how do we find you? There's going to be links below, but I want you to just say it for those people watching on mobile.
Well, one thing I'm really excited about, so we're running our Say It, Sweat It, Get It free challenge. That's coming up. With starting on June 1st. And I love this challenge so much. I really when I first ran it, I'll be honest in saying I'm a big, with my business, I'm a big experimenter. So I try experiments. I'm like, let's see if this works. So the first time we did it, it was a big experiment and it worked so well. And the effects were tremendous. So the Say It, Sweat It, Get It challenge is a week-long challenge where I am giving you 5-minute workouts. That's it, just 5 minutes. And the workouts were incorporating the movement, a little dance, a little kickboxing with mantras that you're going to say out loud in your home. You don't even need to be in your workout clothes. You can be in whatever you're wearing. Kick off your shoes or have your sneakers on, get up, work out with me for 5 minutes and watch your day change as a result. And so it's so much fun. We build a great community around the challenge. So check out the challenge and join us for that. It's absolutely free, and you get a lot of good goodies. I give you a free Soul Stroll playlist, which is like honestly worth it just getting that for signing up. So that's coming up, which I'm really excited about. So you can check out that. Come on over and see the challenge.
Awesome. And okay, so I'm gonna have that link in the video description.
Cool.
And people are going to be able to hook that up. I'm really excited for it. It's a really cool thing. I'm most excited about the community though. I think the community is really great. It's just, a place to have all this amazing, non-judgmental support and love. So it's super cool that you've created.
And what I love about the community, because I think Shrink Session is not, it's not about calories and fat. It's people end up supporting each other on all areas of their life. Because, my philosophy, this is my absolute core philosophy, is movement in your body creates movement in your life. And when you start to move your body in a way that is pleasurable and fun, you start to see movement in other areas of your life. So our community is there to support you through movement in your relationships or your finances or your spiritual practices. This is really a community that's designed to lift you up mind, body, and spirit.
By the way, I still have your book.
Oh my God. That's a great book. Keep it. Everyone also show that again, just so people could see it, because it's such a good book.
I'll put it up to this camera. The 4 Spiritual Laws of Prosperity. There it is.
It's one of my favorite prosperity books, one of my favorite books on money. So if you're watching this, go order it on Amazon. It's a really good book, so transformative. Did you ever read it?
I did, and it's sitting here to return to you. It's like right on my big pile of books on my desk. People can't, I have at least 30 books piled all over my desk right now. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm very, very excited. People, go find Erin, and I will see you soon in another BEXLIFE video.
Thank you.
Mwah. Last question.
Yeah.
I ask this of every single person I interview, and I need the real deal answer. What is the meaning of life according to Erin Stutland?
The meaning of life?
Yes.
Just a small question for a Wednesday afternoon.
It could be a very small question.
I think the meaning of life is love. To expand love for yourself and to give love everywhere that you go. I think that you should just continue really giving love. There's no reason or circumstance that you should take love away from anything or anyone that you're doing.
I love